Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to Conversations with Calvin, We the Species. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon outside the thing, and I'm with a Rutgers student, KIRAN Kumaranayakam, and I said it right.
Yes,
Karen is a Rutgers student, and she's so involved between the student assembly and National Youth Ambassador, Tobacco Free Kids. There's so much to you, and you're so young, and of course we met on LinkedIn. So without um, further ado, Karen, why don't you say hello, do a little bio, introduce yourself?
yeah. A lot of my experience has been based purely in politics and law and business. So I started out in high school as the national vice president of competitive events for an organization called the Family, Career, and Community Leaders in America. I learned a lot in that organization, and I represented 170,000 students among nine other individuals. So I definitely learned a lot from that experience. And then I went on to work with the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids as a national youth ambassador, advocating for tobacco use and the repeal of products that don't have dangerous labels on them, such as Juul and all these big corporate companies. So then as I got into college, I started to intern with a legislative office in New Jersey, and I ended up joining the Rutgers Student Assembly at Rutgers, and I'm a representative now of the Livingston campus and caucus. I'm the caucus chair of Livingston, and I also am a part of the Rutgers University mock trial team because I do hope to pursue a career in law, and I love it. And I just recently became a fellow at Blue Ridge Consulting through the UN Experiential Fellowship, working with US representatives and working with some of my peers about how to better incorporate the sustainable development goals throughout the world and how we can advocate for them. So yeah, that's a little bit about my experience.
Wow. I'm amazed in such a young life to have accomplished all that you've accomplished. It's great. So what pops into my head now, it's where and how did this love, for politics, where did it come from? How, when?
Yeah, so I think it was it was a combination of things. I originally wanted to go into medicine, and I wanted to go into journalism, and I was really teeter-tottering between the two when I was really young. And then I got into high school, and I would take all these history classes, and I did not do well in them. So you would think that would discourage me from pursuing politics. But when I got involved with FCCLA, and I got involved with a lot of the political side of going to congressional offices, going to DC, and advocating for bills and funding and all these different things, I had the great opportunity of meeting Secretary Scott Stump of the Department of Education and presenting at the Department of Agriculture. And so having those experiences, it really inspired me of, okay, this is what I can do to make change. And I've always wanted to do that in some way. And so I think that was kind of my spark, this is what I'm going to do. There's so much to be done. There's so much to change, and I want to get into this.
Wow. I have a compliment. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to somebody 60 years old and not, an underclassman at Rutgers. It's like, and that's a compliment. The maturity level. Kind of serious. As the current political, without being specific, but has the current political climate steered you away from wanting to pursue a career in politics? I don't know if
Absolutely not. I think if anything, it's kind of steered me towards running for an office one day, and being a part of these really important organizations and nonprofits that advocate for constituents and advocate for people of color, people of different orientation, people who are socioeconomically not well off. Like, I think that even though we are in such trying times politically in this country, I don't think it steers me away from it. I think it honestly propels me to think, okay, what can I do, and what can I do to make this world better? What can I do to make the United States better?
That's just great. So now we're going to go a little off topic, have some fun. So put your thinking cap on, and can you name me 5 things in life you can't live without?
Okay. Yes, I can. I can't live without my dog. I love my dog. Keeps me sane. I cannot live without Google, because I'm constantly reading the news. Constantly. It's kind of bad. I cannot live without my friends and my family, of course. I cannot also live without my favorite book and my favorite TV shows. They're all political, like The West Wing, and all those political shows.
Sure.
And yeah, and I can't live without my community at Rutgers. I think they've become, in my short time at Rutgers, I think they've become a part of my daily life, and I don't think I could not have them in my life.
Fab. Just great answers. Great answers. Back to serious stuff. So why do you really want to go into law?
So I originally wanted to go into law. So I decided to go into politics when I was young. I wanted to get involved some way, somehow, maybe not with an office, some way I wanted to be involved with politics. But then I realized a lot of politicians had a law degree. Maybe they didn't use it, but I realized that a law degree is kind of integral to learning the law and learning what you're abiding by. A lot of politicians quote the Constitution. What good is it if you don't know exactly what's in the Constitution, how to read the Constitution? And that's where my interest for law kind of sparked. And later I started to get hearing about Gloria Aldridge. She's a feminist lawyer, and she is one of my idols. People don't really like her sometimes. It's, she's a little controversial, but I think Gloria Aldridge really paved the way for women in law. So I took that into consideration, and it was also RBG. It was sad to see her passing, and I don't think many people understand her actual impact. When you watch her hearing with the Senate in the 90s, you can see power. You see power in the way she talks about women. And I realized these are all great attorneys that are women. And why can't I step into these shoes one day? Because I want to, because these women have inspired me to go above and beyond in that sense.
Great answer. You talked about RBG. We talked about it before we went on air, that she taught at Rutgers for 9 years. A lot of people don't really know that. As a role model in the limited time we have left, what, quote, professional advice would you give to, like, fellow students, people your age?
I would say take as many opportunities as they come to you. Don't turn them down. My motto is you can always learn from anything that comes up. So I think it's important that people my age don't, look at an opportunity and say, this isn't going to be right for me. This isn't going to work for me, because you never know. I think we thrive off of learning and learning from each other. And what way is there to better do that than going and networking and talking to people that you don't normally talk to? Talk to people from different political views, talk to people from different backgrounds, talk to people from different walks of life. And I think that's probably the most important advice I could give people my age.
All right. We are actually out of time, and that was a perfect, succinct answer. You're going to come back. We talked about that and other content areas, and I can't thank you enough, Kiran, for sharing and being here today. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Perfect. Thank you.